Hi everyone and welcome back. So few things which you should consider while writing the Lambda is like how we are handling the request, how we are sending the response, writing the synchronous Lambda handlers or asynchronous Lambda handlers. Okay, one mistake I have done in the last video, so let's correct that. So finally I converted that to the async handler, right? If we are writing async handler, then using this callback doesn't make any sense, although it is not going to throw any error, right? You are writing async, and you should avoid using callback. What you can do is simply is you are getting event in context. The whole objective of the async handler is you can just return a plain JavaScript object that contains your status code body or some message or something, but status code will tell API gateway, okay, this is what the status code we are getting from the Lambda, and if status code is 200, you can also send something response in the body, right? So if validate async, then what you can do is you simply return from these places, or you can write one common function that will take care of all these things. I can just add one function like this, const create response, and I will just return that mesh function with this create const response, and I'm saying 400 is a bad request. That's it. So the second argument can be a default because incorrect ID we are sending. 501, yeah, create response we are calling. So same thing we can use at all the places. Instead of returning a callback, we can actually get rid of callback from the whole application. We will just do the cleanup for this. If error is there, we will return a create error response. If everything is fine, then we can just return a status code. Status code is 200 and data something which we are going to get. If we are getting catch, then we will just create the response and we will return it. Error dot status code, or we will get it somehow. If there is any particular error is occurring, that error dot status code should be there. Okay, something like this. We'll figure it out how to extract the error code. But now this looks like clean. This is await block. Okay, now we can also clean this up. If there is any exception is happening, instead of callback, what we can do is we can just simplify it a bit. If there is an error, then just throw it, so we will be able to catch it. This is async function, we don't need a callback. Okay, so we will call this function db connect and execute, like for each and every Lambda. If there is any error, that means there is something wrong. We don't need to write it inside a wrapper. We can just do a try catch. So await db connect and execute. If it runs fine, that means everything is fine for our whole execution. Otherwise there is a connection error most probably, and we will wrap it inside a try catch. So this is try catch. If we get any error, then we'll just call it. Cool. So this is our Lambda handler, and now let's clean this up. So user.save, let's format this. Okay, create user, try catch. So if there is any connection error, we are throwing it here from here, and it will directly go to the catch. Okay, this is try catch. We are getting the creating the user object, validating it. Validate sync is not a promise based, synchronous. Everything is fine. Await, and then user.save. This also we can do a promise based instead of doing something like this. Await user.save. and then if everything is fine, save should return something. It should return a document, and what we can do is return status code 200 and data, oh sorry, it's a body, json dot stringify, the whatever the way you want this document. Okay, this is more simplified, more cleaner, and using async handlers, right? We can get rid of callback. Now you can write other methods, get, put, delete, and all these things. This should look more clean. Okay, thanks everyone. So now next thing we can also talk about, okay, how we can use AWS SDK with Lambda Node.js code to integrate S3 or to talk to SQS, SNS, all these things. So that is the future videos which I'm going to publish. Okay, thanks everyone.